This week we have a look around Kinsale and Cork on Ireland's wild Atlantic coast. We do some laundry and visit Black's Brewery and Distillery. We take a walk around the bay to Charles's Fort and discuss the Siege of Kinsale, and finally try 3 of Ireland's best stouts and let you know our favourite. If you enjoy this video, please click like so we know what to make more of. Leave a comment below and make sure you subscribe. It's free to do so, and just make sure you don't miss an episode.
Following the trip yesterday where we got the rope caught around the rudder, we've now had probably about 11 hours sleep. We went into town yesterday evening, had a couple of beers, had some fish and chips at Dino's, which were very nice. And this morning, lovely morning, so we've decided to come out for a run. It's a bit breezier than it was supposed to be, but it was supposed to be down to 5 or 6 knots of wind. A little bit gusty this morning, but lovely day for a run. Nice flat road down the estuary here at Kinsale, so good place to run. I probably should have explained last time, I think I said a 5k. We don't actually come out and try and do a 5k, we just do this for fitness, so it's more like fartlek running. I like to think of it as running the way that kids run. It's really the best way to see a place. So we come ashore, we pick a direction, we start running. Often we'll run into town just to get a feel for the place, and you get around the town really quickly. Half an hour of running gets you seeing most places, and it's just a really nice way to go. So we run for a bit, and then when we see something nice we'll stop, we might film, and then we'll carry on running again. And the side effect is that keeps us fit, gets us to see the place and have a nice time. Jude, anything you want to add? No. Jude's tired.
We got nowhere to be, just a slow dance with the summer heat. The world outside can't wait a few, 'cause right now we got nothing else to do. The sun is peeking through the cotton white blinds, your hands still tangled up in mine. Feet on the wall, your head on me, floating easy. We got nowhere to be, got nowhere to be.
We have just taken the bus and we are in Cork. We're just going for a wander round. We're going to go initially and have a look at where we could in theory bring the boat to, like a marina pontoon, you said?
I think it's just a town quay type pontoon, yeah? Yeah.
And there's a marina market, which I think sounded a bit interesting, so we're going to have a look at that, and then afterwards we will probably go to a chandlery, obviously. Important place to go for us, and then explore the city and see what else we find. So behind me now is the town quay that we were talking about. It's very loud here though, so I'm not really sure we would want to actually stay. But yeah, it's just one long pontoon. There are a couple of boats on it at the moment, so I wonder how much fun they're having.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of Cork City. We can see the church towers over that way and all of the kind of busy bustling streets of Cork, and obviously the docks over here behind us. It's similar to my experience. I went to Dublin on a yacht a while ago, and you have this romantic vision of the River Lee or the Liffey, and you arrive and actually, of course, it's commercial docks. That's why the city is there in the first place. So it's not actually a pleasant place to be at all for staying in. I mean, it's a nice place to see in terms of tourism, but I wouldn't want to be there on the boat. Not seeing any facilities on the pontoon either, no water or anything. So yeah, I think we'll stick to Kinsale, and then we will skip Cork and go somewhere else, because we've seen it anyway.
Hop off the porch, now I'm in it. Say my goodbyes, I'll be gone till I'm finished. I could do a mile in a minute, mile in a minute. Watch me do a mile in a minute, mile in a minute. And I been on this long road, still riding through all of these potholes, won't faze me. All this gon' make me. I'm not here for long, I'll be on the go. Figured I just put it in a song while I'm on the road. Back in school, see, I was never smart, never on the road.
We're about halfway to the chandlery now, and this is a part of boat life that there's not necessarily a chandlery at every harbour, and it seems there aren't that many within the harbours of Southern Ireland. Not that we could see anyway. We did a search, and Cork was the closest one, and on the passage over, or at the Scillies in fact, there was a issue with the loo on board. So we needed some parts. I've actually fixed the problem now on board, but the toilets are made out of a sort of fairly brittle plastic, so as you're changing parts you can actually crack it, which makes it quite daunting. Even if you've got the parts, the gaskets and stuff for the inside, you might break the whole thing just by doing that maintenance. So we've come to buy a new pump and a new service kit to replace the parts I used. But we took the bus to Cork. We were coming to Cork anyway, and the chandlery is 5 kilometres out of the town, and as ever, just like with the running, we like to explore on foot, really. There is a bus that would be probably 10 minutes to get us here, and we decided not to, because we've had a lovely walk through town. We've then walked through the outskirts of town, and we're now right on the outside, so but we've seen a lot of it. Quite an interesting walk, and should be getting there soon and get the parts that we need. But it's certainly easier to keep fit in this life, walking around the place trying to find things. We found a laundry this morning, and finding fuel and water everywhere you go is quite time consuming, so it's almost a full-time job, living on a boat, just finding what you need to live. So anyway, we'll catch up later. We made it to the chandlery, probably about 5k outside of Cork. Luckily they had everything that we needed. Really nice folks in there, helped us out, gave us some tips on where to go in Cork. Told us to get the bus back because he was surprised that we had walked all the way from Cork. But as we said earlier, we really enjoy the walk and the exploration. So he's recommended Fitzgerald Park, I think it was, and then to walk back along the river. So that's what we're going to do, see if the bus goes along that route. But we managed to get everything we needed, got some Sikaflex, the toilet pump and the toilet service kit, just to replace all the parts that we've used. But it's a scorching day. It's the 1st of March today, and it was supposed to be 22 degrees Celsius, but I would say it's hotter than that. I would say probably 24, 25 at least. But glad we brought some water, had a lovely walk, and now to get back. So we'll catch up with you later. Gonna go and find somewhere to eat, so we'll probably show you a cafe or something coming up.
Black's Brewery and Distillery sits on the outskirts of Kinsale, a short walk from town. Having seen this on our run, we thought a tour would be a great way to spend a day. Blacks make a range of beer, lager, whiskey, gin and rum on site in their brewery and distillery. We did the whiskey tour and tried 3 of their whiskies after a tour of the facility, which included a brief history of Kinsale and the surrounding area. Following the tour, we enjoyed some G&Ts on the terrace as they prepared for the DJ night, where there would be music and street food. The day was both interesting and entertaining, and the drinks were all very tasty, and we'd certainly recommend giving them a try if you sail into Kinsale.
this morning's mission is to take that pile of washing and get it washed. We've got 3 options in the town here. One of them is the yacht club, which is relatively ambiguous as to whether we're allowed to use the washing machines there. We've got a Super Saver kind of supermarket, which underneath has a little laundrette. And one of the other guys on the moorings here has told us there's a laundrette, dry cleaners, that also does laundry. So we think we're going to go there. The prices are pretty different. The yacht club has a standard washing machine size, which that can do probably realistically 6 kilos of laundry. If you're pushing it, I doubt we would get that much in there and still get the clothes cleaned. That's €5 a go plus €5 for drying, so €10 a load. We've probably got 6 loads there. So that would take a whole day, and it would cost us €60. Probably we might get away with €50. The Super Saver has what they're calling a 20 kilo machine. We've weighed this and it's 12 kilos. This is 3 sacks of laundry. I'll show you again. There's no way that's fitting in even a big washing machine. Even at home, like a lot of home washing machines are 10 kilos or 8 kilos. That's not 2 loads in a standard home machine. So I feel like the way that we measure laundry is wrong somehow, or I'm doing it badly, or underfilling machines or something. But yes, so in theory that would be 1 load over at the Super Saver. That would be €26, I think it was. We went up there and looked at the prices. Personally, I think that would be 2 loads, and therefore it would be €52, which is fine. But then we have to wait for the machines to be available. We have to wait while the washing is being done, and then we have to fold it and sort it ourselves. So finally there's the dry cleaners, which Richie told us about. And at this one, we dump the washing with them. They weigh it, they wash it, they sort it, they fold it, they put it in bags for us. That's going to be, we think, between €50 and €60. But the most important thing for us is we get the day back. So we go in, we drop it, we pay them, and then the following day we go back and pick it up, and it's all done. So that's 10 minutes instead of probably the whole day. And realistically, even if we were saving money, while we're waiting for those laundry facilities to wash the clothes for an hour, dry the clothes for an hour, change the loads, blah, 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 we have to go and find something to do in town because there's not enough time to come back to the boat. So in all likelihood, we're going to go to a pub and have a couple of rounds of drinks. That's €20. Or we're going to go shopping and buy something. That's more money spent. So we think the investment is worth it to just have somebody do our washing for us. This is the first time we've ever done it. We've never considered this before, but it seems like a reasonable deal to us right now. Talk to me later. We might find out it's €150 and we've made a terrible, terrible mistake. But first time for everything. We'll see what happens. Here we are the following day, and we've just been into town, done some shopping and picked up the laundry. It ended up being €55. She told us that was 3 loads or 3 bags. It was slightly less than we expected. I was expecting €60. And overall I think it was a really good investment, because yesterday we went to the Brewery and Distillery, did the tour. Had we gone to any of the other laundry options, we would have spent the entire day doing laundry. And all of this was perfectly dry, so there was no going back to the dryer and having to do another load. We didn't have to sort anything, we didn't have to bag anything. We just turned up, picked up 3 bags, brought them back to the boat, and now we're just putting the clothes away effectively. So although it's taken us probably 10 minutes to sort the washing between Jude and I, and to fold it the way that we like it folded, that's a considerable time saving, and the difference in cost is just tiny. I'm pretty sure it would have been at least 40 to 50 euros had we gone to either of the other options. So yeah, really impressed. We think we're probably going to seek out this kind of service again wherever we go, where we need washing, because just the time saving and the simplicity. So yeah, really pleased with it. We're out for a walk today. We are moored over that way. So we took the dinghy ashore, tied on, and walked through the town. And consistently everybody we've spoken to has told us to come around here to Charles Fort.
Charles Fort, yeah, on the Silly Walk.
Yeah, the Silly Walk, silly like sillies. We've not got to the bottom of why that is yet. I'm sure there's a reason. But the Charles Fort, they mentioned in the beer tour the other day as the last fort that the English built. And
Never been used.
Never been used in anger. Never been used in any conflict or anything. But they built it just after a previous conflict where the Spanish sailed into the harbour and were planning to attack the British or the English, and the English were coming down from the north to defend. The Irish were helping the Spanish at the time, and so we were told the English had some whiskey with them, gave it to some local Irish boys, who were then drunk and basically showed them where the Irish were hiding, which led to the downfall of the Irish, which led to the downfall of the Spanish, which meant that the British kept control for a while. So this fort that we're going to wasn't part of that, but this was stationed by the British up until the 1920s, 1922 I think it was, and then essentially abandoned. It's an old-fashioned castle-y kind of fort, so it has no place in modern warfare anyway. And as soon as aeroplanes and bombs came along, big walls weren't quite so useful. Yeah, anything to add, Jude?
No, not right now. I think it's a nice little walk that we're having. We've probably got to go shopping once we get back for some final provisions before we move on. But yeah, nothing else really.
Good. There is a pub down here. We're thinking of doing another Jude's Tasting Notes to compare the various stouts of Ireland, so hopefully we'll get to that later.
We've just arrived at Charles's Fort. It's really impressive in its size. We've walked around the edge of it, and behind me here you can see this is the bay actually, which we nearly dropped our anchor in, where the Ally came and picked us up. So the walk here was about 3k, which was relatively easy, but it had very steep inclines and then declines and then back up we go. So it was quite hard and we got quite out of breath still. We need to improve our fitness even more so, and we've been trying, so that's good.
So we're here in Ireland, and stout is the traditional drink that's everywhere. So we posted on social media the other day saying there's only one drink you could choose. Most people then would be thinking of Guinness, being probably the most famous across the world, and or successful depending on how you look at it. But actually we're here in County Cork, and Murphy's is made just around here.
And the Beamish.
And the Beamish is a local one too. So we thought we should probably give them a go. And with the success of Jude's tasting wine the other day,
or unsuccess, we're not really sure which yet.
We thought we'd give it a go and give you our opinion of which we prefer the most. But given our location here in Kinsale, it's probably supposed to be Murphy's is the answer, but we'll see. We'll see what we think. So Jude, do you want to pick one and try one?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the closest one. So I might start by sniffing, to be fair.
Always good to do a sniff test.
There's some very bitter, savoury notes to that one. I'm just going to sniff them all, see what happens. This one's very similar, but actually a bit stronger. Like this one had a slight more coffee to that one, and I just get more bitter to this one. It's been honorary. And then, yeah, I feel like that one is a bit similar.
And we may have mentioned the other day, the Black Brewery had their own stout. I forget the name, but that did actually had vanilla in it. But it was 8.5%. You shouldn't drink too many.
We did have a very small glass, but it was quite tasty. Okay, what are yours smelling now? You're going to tell me they all smell the same.
All I can smell is the hand soap from the gents, which is a very nice flavour, but it doesn't help with sniffing beer.
Okay.
Yeah, this is probably slightly milder to my nose.
I don't have any how to taste stout. I'm not really sure if I should.
So from my time at the Guinness factory, there are two techniques. One, either sip through the foam so that you're not getting the bitterness from the foam. The other school of thought is that you should include some foam to make sure you get the full experience of the drink.
I got a moustache. It's gone now. That's quite nice. Tastes like a stout.
So to me, that's not a very full flavour. It's sort of thin, I would describe it. I'll see what the others are like in a minute. It might all be exactly like that. It's not overpowering though.
You like drank half of the pint?
That's how you drink beer. Taste beer, I mean. Taste.
Yeah. Okay. I might try the Murphy's next.
Okay. So I was getting very light coffee notes from that. Yeah, I would say the Guinness feels thicker to me in terms of more full-bodied. Similar flavours though. How's the Murphy's?
The Murphy's is also quite probably weak-bodied, but it has a stronger hit at the end is what I get.
I'd say that's the strongest flavour of the three.
Oh really? Oh,
but milder than the Guinness.
Tried them in the normal. Oh.
In terms of it's less bitter. I mean, that was their advertising campaign 10 or 20 years ago. Like the Murphy's, I'm not bitter.
That's really different now, tasting that Guinness.
Yeah, you've got to go back and forth.
I don't know that you're meant to. This seems to be tasting with Dave today. Maybe it's Dave's tasting notes earlier in the last session.
Well,
tastes nice.
Much like the wine tasting, my method is give it a swirl, taste it, and enjoy it.
You haven't swelled.
I have not swelled. No.
Also, you've been just saying a lot of words. Maybe it's a tasting with Dave for beers.
No, I'm going to say it. I couldn't tell you the difference. If I was blind tasting them, I don't think I could choose between them necessarily.
I think we'd need to drink stouts for the next month in order to probably be able to tell the difference by the end of the month. And then we probably could.
I should probably...
They are different.
Should probably say I'm not really a stout drinker, never have been. More of an ale, IPA type of person. So the local Kinsale KPA, Kinsale Pale Ale from Black's Brewery is my favourite beer of the trip to Kinsale. But I mean, all three of these are lovely. I would happily drink all three of these, and I
probably will happily drink all 3 of these while Jude takes sips.
I think the Guinness to me stands out the most. It's the most different. I feel like those two are similar, but I don't know now.
The Guinness has the coolest logo. And when we get to Dublin, we'll show you the harp bridge, modelled after the Guinness harp. And we'll take you to an Eddie Rockets, which is a weird American diner experience burger joint.
American diner in Ireland.
It's not an American diner, it's a American TV diner from a TV series turned into a real burger joint. I don't think diners like that exist anywhere, but it's pretty. They do amazing burgers, so we're definitely going there, and we'll do a taste test of burgers. I'm gonna have 3 burgers. I've decided. We're tasting everything now.
You can't. No, we don't have enough money for that.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I think the Murphy's is my
favourite. I needed some water to cleanse my palate throughout. I've lost.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Murphy's as my favourite. It's just a slightly more mellow flavour to me.
I think you said it was the strongest earlier.
Fullest flavour.
Oh. Yeah.
But the sort of mildest and most mellow, I would say.
I don't really have a favourite yet.
What's your favourite logo?
I quite like the bee. The bee's quite funky.
It's more like an eye wearing headphones though, isn't it?
What? Oh, it's an eye with a snake curled around it.
With apologies to the Beamish folk.
Yeah, I said it was I really liked it.
Quite certain that there's a story behind that logo somewhere.
I'll have to look it up.
Interestingly, 1856, 1759.
There's no date.
No date on the Beamish. So these have been around a while. I forget what we said in Plymouth, but I'm pretty sure that the 1759 is about as old as America. Off the top of my head, what was the distillery age?
I don't know. Oh, it's funny.
We'll look it up. We'll put it on the screen somewhere. We probably won't.
Haven't learned that yet.
Yes, definitely this one for me. It's got more of a milkshakey sort of a vibe going on.
Dave's requirement and everything is to have a milkshake with it.
Yeah, I didn't have a milkshake today. I was going to order the milkshake.
No, and then you got distracted with some beer.
And then my friend Ian came down with his kids for the day to see the boat and wander around Kinsale. And he ordered a beer after I'd ordered the milkshake. I got jealous, so I binned the milkshake and had a beer instead.
I had a nice coffee.
Anyway, we'll call it quits there. We'll enjoy these and get back to you with tasty notes.
I do think the Murphy's also, just to end that, might be my favourite too.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Murphy's for the both of us. But we are in
for now.
County Cork, and it's Murphy's hometown. By the time we get to Dublin, you know, maybe these guys keep the best beer for their home turf, and we might change our minds. If we can get a Murphy's in Dublin, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll retaste later.
Do a retasting. Yeah. Got to keep on trying these things just in case.
Get my water ready so I can cleanse my palate.
Yeah, it's like sprouts. Nobody likes sprouts when you first eat them, but you've got to just keep on keeping on.
I don't really like sprouts still.
Well,
I'll eat them. I don't like them.
Keep feeding them to her until we get success. Anyway, we'll call it a day there.
Yeah.